If you are a software engineer struggling to manage your time between endless meetings, tasks, and notifications, this video is for you. In the next 5 minutes, I'll share 5 simple strategies that have helped me stay productive throughout my career. Now, these hacks aren't just about getting more done, they are about avoiding burnouts and regaining control of your time. Because if you don't get a handle on this, the overwhelm could lead to frustration, burnout, or even leaving a job you once loved. Let's kick things off with a common problem. Ever feel like your day is slipping away before it even starts? No matter how hard you work, the small tasks, emails, pings, quick fixes pile up, leaving you more stressed than productive. If you're a software engineer or any busy professional who works in office, you have likely been there. See, I used to let these little tasks snowball until they completely derailed my day, pulling focus from the real work that needed my attention. So what happens when we let these micro tasks pile up? See, it's basically a snowball effect. That 2-minute email becomes a 20-minute delay later. Every small task you skip doesn't just vanish. It sits there waiting, building up. Soon your day is packed with distractions and your brain is overloaded. Now, that's where the 2-minute rule comes in. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, handle it right then. Don't push it off or let it pile into stress. By knocking out these tiny tasks immediately, you clear up mental space to focus on the bigger stuff. Coding, problem solving, and creative work. See, it's a small change that creates a big result. Take care of small things fast and you'll find yourself focusing on what really matters. Solving the bug or finishing that feature. Now, once you have started knocking out those quick tasks with 2-minute rule, the next step is tackling your bigger priorities. For software engineers and professionals, this is all too common. Coding, meetings, deadlines, bug fixes. You hustle all day, yet it feels like you are stuck in a place. See, I used to start my days with an overloaded to-do list, tackling small tasks that ate up my time. By the end of the day, I hadn't made any real progress on what mattered most. See, this constant busyness without progress leads to frustration and burnout. Here's where the daily highlight technique changes everything. Instead of getting lost in a long to-do list, each morning, pick one task, your daily highlight. This is the one task that, if completed, will make your day feel productive. Prioritize this task before anything else. For example, if your daily highlight is pushing a critical update, focus on that first. If distraction arises, you have already tackled the most important thing. By narrowing your focus, you will feel a sense of accomplishment. No matter how chaotic the rest of the day becomes, it gives you control and ensures you end the day with real progress. Now that you have got your daily highlight set, it's time to protect that focus. But how do you actually find that uninterrupted time to get it done? See, we have all been there, sitting down to focus on a complex task only to get pulled away by quick emails or team notifications, and suddenly an hour has gone by and you have barely made a dent in your work. It's frustrating, right? It feels like trying to write code in a crowded coffee shop with people constantly interrupting you. And this is where deep work blocks come into play. This strategy is all about setting aside specific time blocks during your day for deep, uninterrupted work on high-value tasks. Imagine a quiet room with no interruptions, just you and your most important work. Now, during these blocks, turn off notifications, close unnecessary tabs, and dive deep into the task at hand. You can enhance this by using the Pomodoro technique, working in focused 25-minute bursts followed by short breaks. The result? You'll find that you can make significant progress without feeling mentally scattered. But even with the deep work blocks, there's one major challenge that still threatens to derail your productivity. See, even when you are focused, meetings can disturb your flow. See, I used to struggle with this constantly. Just when I'd start gaining momentum on a project or a task at hand, a meeting would pop up and completely derail my focus. It felt like my day was sliced into tiny unproductive fragments. This led to frustration and missed deadlines. Then I came across the idea of no meeting Wednesdays. See, at first I thought it seemed impossible, right? I mean, entire day without meetings? But when I finally gave it a shot, the results were immediate and amazing. Without interruptions, I found myself getting deeper into work and crushing tasks that had been looming over me for weeks. See, by dedicating one day of the week, Wednesdays, to deep uninterrupted work, I was able to drastically improve my productivity. It basically gave me a midweek boost where I could focus solely on coding, problem solving, or planning without meetings pulling me away. See, research even backs this up, right? Wednesdays are often our most productive day of the week. So why not just use it to our advantage? So now I look forward to my no meeting Wednesdays as a way to reset, focus, and crush my deadlines. But even with all these strategies in place, there's still one key challenge. I mean, how do you keep going when you sometimes feel like giving up? See, even on those days when everything's going well, there are moments when you just hit a wall. Maybe you're working through a tough coding challenge and you feel like giving up. See, I've been there many times, tempted to walk away from the task. But here's what I've realized. Stopping too soon often means leaving progress unfinished. And that's where the 5 more rule comes in. Whenever I hit that wall, I tell myself to push for just 5 more minutes, 5 more lines of codes, or 5 more attempts at solving a bug. See, this tiny mental shift often leads to breakthroughs because it forces you to get past that moment of frustration. And more often than not, those 5 extra minutes are all you need to find a solution, wrap up a task, or get into that flow state again. See, it's a strategy that keeps me going when the going gets tough, and it can do the same for you. So now, let's say you have mastered the art of managing time, knocking out quick tasks, prioritizing what really matters, and protecting those precious deep work blocks. But even when you're super productive, something else tends to creep up. I mean, what happens when despite your best time management efforts, you still feel drained or mentally exhausted? See, productive alone isn't the full picture. Without finding the right work-life balance, burnout could still be right around the corner. So the question is, how do you stay productive without sacrificing your well-being? I'll show you how to avoid burnout and reclaim your energy so that you can make space for what really matters in life: your health and your happiness. Click here to watch and start feeling more in control of both your work and your life.